Hello, welcome to RT Today, where we're bringing Middletown High School's announcements for the week ahead, a wrap-up of what happened in the news last week, and more. This week's show is brought to you by
Middletown Sportsland Incorporated, the place to find all your sports needs. Located on 108 West Main Street in downtown Middletown.
Let's go to Calvin Salzer with a look back at this week in history.
In This Week in History, on April 15, 1911, the Titanic struck the iceberg that would ultimately sink the ship on its memorable voyage. The Titanic, an 882-foot-long, 52,310-pound luxury steamship holding over 2,000 people, would go on to be remembered as the ship that tragically killed 1,500 people. Back to you, David.
Thanks, Calvin. Now let's hear about this week's birthdays from Sophie Weinstein.
Happy birthday this week to Cole Anderson, Sarah Buell, Angela Gilbert, Riley Moore, Dwayne Clipp, Haley Lucido, Jack Wilbert, Kylie Wills, Paul McHugh, Anastasia Dehart, Colin Duggan, Brooke Lowry, Colby Rosner, Meta Webster, Yadiria Casco Lopez, Waller Gamera, Jonathan Richards, Colby Colina, and Riley Reed.
Now let's go to Jacob Holcomb with this week's announcements.
The visual arts teachers are proud to announce the Fall Art Show. Artwork from digital photo, sculpture, art advanced placement, and computer graphics are on display. Just go to mhsartshow.weebly.com to see the amazing things MHS art students did last semester. Congratulations to our newly introduced National Art Honor Society members, Brittany Bucci, Samantha Dillard, Kayla Oder, Mary Kemney, James Redhead, and Cameron Wells. And congratulations to our NAHS Golden Paintbrush Award winners, Samantha Dillard and Meadow Webster. MHS Drama is moving forward with plans to stage a live production of Disney's Little Mermaid on June 18th, 19th, and 20th. FCPS has provided guidance for socially distanced rehearsal and performances with a live audience. Auditions are scheduled for Wednesday, April 21st, and open to all students for all parts. Ask Ms. Duva or Ms. Stenton for access code to join MHS Drama Group page for updates. Middletown High School's Makeup and Retake Picture Day for juniors, sophomores, and freshmen will be held this week. Photo Day will take place during the regular school day for Cohort A on Tuesday, April 20th, and Cohort B on Thursday, April 22nd. Virtual cohort students will be able to sign up for afternoon sessions following regular school hours on April 22nd, or may come to the cafeteria doors between 1 and 3 p.m. on that day. Walk-ups will be accepted. Please submit volunteer hours for any volunteer/community service that you have done this year. Seniors, these hours are due on Friday, May 17th in order to be included in the Senior Awards presentation. All underclassmen, please complete the forms as soon as possible. The forms can be found on the Work-Based Learning website, or a hard copy can be picked up on the table in the MHS front vestibule area. Please contact Ms. Gibson at elisa.gibson@fcps.org or Mr. Zimmer at james.zimmer@fcps.org with any questions. If you are interested in an SSL internship or work study for the next school year, you must complete the Work-Based Learning application to establish your placement. This application can be found on the WBL website. Please make sure to complete the correct application for your interest. Please contact Ms. Gibson at elisa.gibson@fcps.org or Mr. Zimmer at james.zimmer@fcps.org with any questions.
Thanks, Jacob. Now let's find out what's been happening in the rest of the world. Here's Gabby Pieklo.
Both peaceful and violent protests have taken place over the past several days at Brooklyn Center Police Station in Minnesota after 20-year-old Dante Wright was fatally shot by now former police officer Kim Potter during a traffic stop. Potter was arrested Wednesday morning and charged with second-degree manslaughter. Protests continued through Wednesday night as over 3,000 members of the National Guard of Minnesota have been called in. Flash bombs and pepper spray have been set off at protesters. So far, 79 protesters have been arrested, and the curfew for Brooklyn Center has been set from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. This past Monday, the Maryland Senate voted 47-0 in favor of the sport betting bill. The bill will now be passed to the House, and sports gambling in Maryland could begin as soon as fall of 2021. Companies who receive a sports betting license will pay a 15% tax, with the majority of the money being dedicated to public schools. On Wednesday, President Biden announced he would be pulling out all remaining troops in Afghanistan on September 11th of this year, marking 20 years since the attacks on the World Trade Center by the terrorist group Al-Qaeda. Originally, the preceding Trump administration made deals with the Taliban to pull all remaining 2,500 U.S. troops out of Afghanistan on May 1st, which would be 13 days from today. Bipartisan pushback has also come from some lawmakers who see this as too soon, while those in favor see us as having no real purpose left in our longest war. Up next, Kaylin Zanlow tells us what's been happening in the world of arts, entertainment, and celebrity.
On April 9th, Prince Philip passed away, holding the title of Duke of Edinburgh and husband of Queen Elizabeth II. He was 99 when he passed away, and the cause of death was not specified. On April 9th, DMX, whose birth name was Earl Simmons, died following a heart attack. DMX began his career in rap music in the 1990s and appeared in films such as Romeo Must Die and Cradle to the Grave. His family released a statement after his death saying, quote, "He loved his family with all his heart and we cherish the times we spent with him," unquote. DMX was 50 years old. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, restaurants have used ketchup packets more when serving customers. Now, many restaurants have run out of packets, and some restaurants have limited the number of packets they are allowed to hand out to customers. Certain restaurant chains, like Texas Roadhouse and Long John Silver's, are using secondary suppliers for their ketchup. According to Kraft Heinz president of Enhancers, Steve Cornell, the company is working to meet the demands of the ketchup packets.
In a social media message this past Monday, wide receiver Julian Edelman announced his retirement from the New England Patriots, bringing an end to his 12-year career. In his emotional announcement, he stated, quote, "I've always said I'm going to go until the wheels come off, and they've finally fallen off," unquote. He won 3 Super Bowls with the team, including Super Bowl 53 against the Rams, where he was named Super Bowl MVP for his 10 receptions and 141 receiving yards. Hideki Matsuyama became the first Japanese winner of the Masters, giving Japan its first ever men's major golf title. He took control of this tournament by building a large lead with his proficient skill. He told reporters later, quote, "It's thrilling to think a lot of youngsters in Japan are watching today," unquote. Denver Nuggets guard Jamal Murray is out for the season as he tore his ACL on April 12th against the Golden State Warriors. Murray was averaging 21.2 points and 4.8 assists over the 2021 NBA season. The Nuggets take a devastating blow as everyone wishes Murray a speedy recovery. Back to you, David.
Thanks, Grant. Finally, Nathan Powell shares us some words of wisdom.
Reflect upon your present blessings, of which every man has plenty, not on your past misfortunes, of which all men have some. It is oftentimes easier to remember all the bad things in life instead of all the good that we have to be grateful for each day. Just think about it. What if you stopped yourself every time you had a negative thought and replaced it with a positive thought, a thought of gratitude? Do you think you would be a happier person? Now take a few moments today to write down all the things of which you are grateful for. Literally count all of the blessings one by one, from the clothing off your back to the blue skies above. You may be surprised to see how much you have to be grateful for.